The following is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. The opinions stated in High from Space do not in any way reflect its parent company, the Milky Way Public Radio Broadcast System.
Hi, life forms, and welcome back to High from Space, the show where we learn a little something new about this planet called Earth. Yeah, we already did this, didn't we?
Yes,
wow,
I believe
that
we
stuff
did.
Is good.
Yeah, but things fell apart and started crashing and shit.
Yeah.
That's every week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because my camera fell over and.
Yeah, like it went crazy.
We
But
thought
I also.
So anyway, well, you know, I think we've heard about our weeks here. Let's get to our sponsors before we get to our guest tonight. So tonight's episode is brought to you by the Schwartzmeyer's Home for Small Pinkied Individuals. Do you have a small pinky? Does your pinky only have one knuckle? We're here to help.
we pinky swear.
And also brought to you by
Stog.
German hairstylists.
Stog.
Will make you look great.
Stog.
Will make you look bright.
Stog.
They did my hair tonight. What do you think?
I think it looks pretty good.
It looks great.
Thank you.
Stog. And without further ado, I'd like to bring in our tonight's guest. Tonight's life form is an award-winning artist, multilinguist, and world traveler, professor, all-around amazing human, great friend of many of us in the show. I'm happy to welcome tonight to the universe, Mr. Daniel Ouellette. Hey, Daniel, how you doing,
Hello,
bud?
Mr. Daniel.
Hi from space.
Hi from space. Wow, look at you.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm wonderful.
So here you got a new cape.
A new cape. Oh, a new cape with a crunch out of it. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, right here. It's missing a spot. I went for a nice bike ride and it had gotten all stuck in the chain of my bicycle, and I was having one of those moments where I wished I wasn't on planet Earth. and I just looked around and I just couldn't move. I almost went over the handlebars. And then finally I crawled out and people are watching me. And I wasn't sure if I was more angry about the cape stuck in the chain or that there were so many people wearing pastels and flip-flops.
That is a
It was
tough one.
a very upsetting moment.
Like we've known each other for a long time now, and I've known that you've written hundreds of songs, multiple albums. Do you have an approximate idea of how many songs you've written since you started writing songs? Because I know there was a full year that you wrote a song every day.
Oh, yes. Let me think. There's probably somewhere between 200 to 400 songs in this room somewhere. There's a whole box of cassettes from times past.
Yeah.
The earliest one being like 1988, maybe. Isn't that awful?
No.
And then that
Fantastic.
year, and there was there was that year where I wrote a song. It was actually half the year, because then of course I'd become disenchanted. Like it felt, which is not unheard of. And so, yeah, probably somewhere between. Maybe it's more than it has to be more than 200. Maybe close to.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say close to probably closer to 400.
Mhm.
And
I bet it's even more than that.
yeah, I would bet
Probably.
that there's you've probably got 100 ideas in books that you've started
Right.
and left behind.
If we were to share a song with our audience, what would be your choice to represent you as the song we would share with our audience?
Oh, Christ. You know what? I feel like I should say one that's older, but I really like the last EP I made last October. So Ron and I did a song together, and he came into the studio and played the accordion. And I really, really love that song. But it's a song called "To Sing While You Think of Crows and Ravens," and I'm not quite sure what the message of the song is. It might be, somewhere between being romantic, like a romance language, or, eating a mushroom in the woods. I'm not really sure. It's sort of taking it's sort of singing about things that people think are negative, sort of, but you think they're beautiful. Like, what's prettier, a flamingo or a raven? Well, I would say a raven. It's, what's nicer to have, a flower or poison ivy? Well, it depends on what you're trying to do. Poison ivy makes a great, yard barrier. So.
Yeah, to keep others away. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed the My Wig song.
Oh, yeah.
On that first record, I have to say, I always loved that record.
I had such fun. You were so much fun.
And I was always, I think I told you before, just the beats and everything you come up with, I was surprised how much more it was well thought out than I thought it was. I think originally I thought it was all just throw it at the wall and see what sticks. And then to hear you talk through it and explain things, I was really impressed and enjoyed all that stuff of like, oh, okay, this is all like, this is with intention. This isn't just making noises. And
thank you.
How many Elephant Awards do you have? Do you have 11 or 12?
I think it's 11. It might be 13.
It was impressive going through just the awards list. I'm like, wow, man.
Definitely not
Thank
12
you.
though. Not
Super
12.
Impressive.
Yeah, not 12.
No, it's 11 or 13.
Never.
Yeah, I can't remember anymore. Mm-hmm.
How has your sweatshirt? How has your thing become more unzipped?
Yeah, zip that shit up. Man.
What? This? No, I'm going for a vampire look.
No, we're going to get letters.
Nope.
Your hair looks great.
Oh, thank you. I feel like this is the views right here, though. NPR wants us to get... No?
Nope.
Is that better?
All the way up, man.
All the way up?
Are we talking about some vampires?
Wait, how does the cause get away with it then? Look at him.
Look,
He's
he's
a
the
slob.
cause. You're a production assistant.
No.
He is a co-host.
Oh, let me hit my buttons again then for
Yeah,
you.
hit your fucking buttons and shut up.
I was wondering when somebody would realize he slowly unzipped that jacket.
I know, this fucking kid.
Fucking Tracer.
I like the fact that you called me kid.
And Daniel, as you may have known, or maybe you don't, we have usually every night we kind of think of a topic to speak about, something we'd like to learn about. And this week, there's just been this thing that's been bothering me after watching so many different vampire-related things in the last few years. I realized, like, what's up with vampires? Like, something happened. Somehow, I'm always feeling bad for them now, and they're always the good guys. And I don't know when that happened.
They have a
I don't know if it's good or it's bad, but at some point, all the downsides of being a vampire went away. And now they even get to eat in some shows. Sometimes they get to enjoy food. They don't mind sunlight. Apparently, walking in the sun becomes very easy. What happened?
What is her name? Stephanie?
The actress there that played,
No. The woman who wrote Twilight.
Myers,
Stephanie
yeah.
Myers.
I feel like
It's
it was
all
even
her
before then.
fault.
Yeah, I would blame her too.
You don't
But-
think it goes back to
but
like
even-
Interview with a
even-
Vampire, maybe?
No, Interview with
Ah,
a
see,
Vampire.
even-
They were still vampires. And
were still
right.
Lestat was still a
vampires
bad guy. Like they were
Yeah,
still
they still
bad dudes.
conflicted it,
Yeah.
I guess.
Lestat was bad, but I don't think that.
And
What
I'm
was
not
Brad
even.
Pitt's character's name?
It's-
Lestat and
Bob. Great
Bob?
minds. Yeah.
I think it was
Let's go
definitely
with
Bob.
Bob. Yeah.
It's
Bob.
Bob
All right,
now.
Bob.
Yeah. Vampire Lestat and Bob.
And Bob. I don't
We-
think that Bob was necessarily bad, but Lestat was.
Yeah.
Lestat, it was very bad.
Has that always been in, like, I don't know that much about vampire history and lore, but like, has it always been one of those things where the whole point of the vampire, it's a conflicting thing because like it's kind of cool, but it's bad at the same time?
I would say so. I mean,
Isn't it
in my
mass murderers
opinion,
usually, right?
they're sort of a victim to the disease that was inflicted on them, are they not? I mean,
True.
it's
I guess.
They're generally lonely, even if they do have multiple mates. I don't, there's no, it doesn't feel like, they're always a symbol of something awful, but I think they're also a victim. So I think it's very easy to be sympathetic to them.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people sort of see Dracula as kind of a bastard, but I always thought it was just gorgeous. But
I feel bad.
But there's a
for him.
difference.
His name was Lewis, by the way. I looked it up.
Lewis, that's it.
Fuckers.
That's right.
Not Bob.
Not Bob Lewis.
I would like to see the movie where they go into the story of Bob, friend of vampire Lestat. Bob the vampire.
Bobs can't be a vampire. That's not like a sexy vampire.
Yeah.
Vampires are supposed
Bob
to
the
be
vampire. That sounds like a little kid's show. So
Yes.
before there was Twilight, did Blade make some of it get watered down? So I guess I kind of understand why we feel bad for them. I feel like they don't do enough until you make them feel bad about liking them.
Yeah, but Blade because
it's not even like Blade is one.
Like, was Blade the first Daywalker?
He's the only Daywalker.
Yeah.
And like, so like the big thing with him, because he's not the first.
No, but I mean, in that series, he's the only Daywalker.
Within that series, the very first ever is like Vlad Dracul, I think is his name.
Which comes back around with like the third movie or whatever, because the second one was just vaginas.
But like all the bad guys in those movies are vampires.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, but
all
if
the bad guys are
kill
vampires.
you and you fight back, that makes you a bad guy?
Well, not like if you think of the vampires that are in that world where they're just stealing hundreds of people and making meat farms.
They're starving, though. They can't just go to the grocery store. They're starving.
Yeah, there's no blood bank that they can go to and just,
You have to think of it as like they're just hungry. It's not their fault.
Right. So I guess that's what the message is from.
Well, I mean, even their affliction, like Daniel was saying, it's not their choice.
Why do they have no afflictions anymore?
Well, because it's been young adulted. You can't you can't have like a whatever movie. I've never actually seen it, but like you can't have a high
Twilight
school
movies.
Yes, I didn't even want to say the word. You can't have those vampires.
What do you want to know about them? I've seen all of them. I'll tell you the problem with that movie.
They have to be watered down for general masses. That's why you have to feel bad for them.
Well, they don't show gore in the Twilight movies, but there's some serious violence and battles and stuff in those movies.
Well, okay, like you want to like
Tracy Lords isn't in it.
Like one of the most egregious watering down of of Dracula, as well as all monsters.
Egregious, even.
Egregious. You like that shit?
I did. That's like instant waterfall in the pants.
See that shit? Woohoo!
If you've got pants on.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Sitting in a bucket. Is the Hotel Transylvania movies.
All right. Well, those are adorable, so don't even talk about those.
They're adorable.
They're so cute.
But they destroy everything about every monster.
You can't really
every monster.
Okay, but if you're going to that, if you're going to Hotel Transylvania for your vampire knowledge, there's an issue to begin with.
Wait a minute. I didn't say I was going there for my vampire knowledge.
Like kids aren't going to be like, oh, this is a vampire. It lives on a cruise ship. No.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. It's not a vampire. They would never be on open water.
No, never. I have done a lot of research, and I reached out to a friend of ours on Earth, Paul Lorenzo. In 1995 and 1996, there was a real transition that happened between the flip of good and evil, and he relates to it as wrestling. There was a moment where this individual who's supposed to be the bad guy suddenly becomes the good guy. The fans started cheering him, and they started booing the good guys. I don't know what it was that caused that, but I believe it's a big part of it, and that's the moment that it happened.
Wait,
do you think the vampires just switched because of wrestling?
Not just wrestling, but at that time, we were suddenly, rooting for the anti-heroes and like the Deadpools of the world, or the people, the Batmans in a way, that they're not necessarily the hero. And
the anti-heroes.
Yeah. You know what came out in 1996?
What was that?
From Dusk Till Dawn. So maybe Salma Hayek did it.
See, there's a lot of factors I think that really play into it.
I could see her doing something like that.
Yeah, you put a snake on tits and anybody.
There was also the what the fuck are those? I just lost it.
Is it vampire?
Kate Beckinsale.
Van
Underworld.
Helsing.
Underworld, yeah.
Oh.
Underworld, because like neither side in those
I thought
movies
those
is
were
good.
werewolves.
No,
though.
no, they're both horrible.
Werewolves and
Oh, I
vampires.
never
Yeah, it was
watched.
a fight between the two.
Okay,
Yeah,
I never
it was a
watched
fight
that
to
movie.
see it. It's the darkest movie ever, dude. I've seen all those ones too. Sarah's a big fan. They're cool. I like them. I like Kate Beckinsale. I like her face.
Do you guys think that there are real
Yeah.
vampires?
Are there what?
Are there real vampires?
Yeah, there are people that actually
Like
think
what,
they're
like the whole array of vampires, like what they do in the shadows type. Like,
Well, yeah.
Like
and-
what Jay thinks he is.
Yeah, no,
wait,
there
you
are
almost
people.
became a vampire, didn't you?
yeah, briefly back, it was right around 1998. I decided I wanted to
It
prolong
was that
my
time,
life.
the same time as when wrestling flipped.
No,
Yeah, he
I'm
wanted to be a
saying
show.
there was a moment in my life where there was enough that I wanted to do before I died that I knew I couldn't do it. Like I want to see so much of the world, but I haven't seen enough of it. And
So
I
you
thought,
chose to be a vampire?
I thought, if they're out there, let's throw a message out to the world. So I started getting on these these boards, and I started leaving messages. And
You became a vampire.
Well,
off a
no,
message
no.
board, off an AIM message board, like you were chatting with somebody, and somebody made you an honorary vampire.
No.
Literally how it happened.
This is where the story goes.
I was
got-
ordained as a
Angel
vampire
Fire in
online.
GeoCities.
Yes. Anywho, so I reached out, and there was two people that got back to me. One of them was a psychic vampire that promised to come to me in my sleep and turn me into a vampire. Now that's the far less scary one. The second one was a family down in, it was either Georgia or Alabama, who said that they would convert me, and like they were like, "Do you sure you have a donor when you get back?" And da 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 da. We don't want our secret out. And they're like, "We're gonna have to bury you overnight." And I was like, "Do I really want this that bad?"
Those people were gonna eat you.
I think they were. Yeah. So I backed out, but it was that close. I could have been a vampire. I was Italian for 2 months.
I love it.
I was Italian for 2 months.
That's true.
Yeah, longer
So
than
I
you
feel
were a
like,
vampire. Honestly, I think like vampires in the media became like heroes when they got uber sexy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brad Pitt. So it could be Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise's fault.
Nice.
Yeah, because if
Right.
you look back in like the late 70s in Salem's Lot,
Yeah.
They weren't
like
attractive
that
at all.
They were no.
motherfucker
No, they
That
looked like
motherfucker
vampires.
was horrifying.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were
yeah.
closer
Well,
to
it's-
Nosferatu kind of vibe.
Yeah,
than that.
that's it. It's
Exactly.
related to like to Max Schreck from
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
a classic vampire.
but in the novel, Dracula is like Max Schreck and the vampire from Salem's Lot.
Mhm.
The first movie where Dracula was attractive was Bela Lugosi. Like for that time, he's very elegant and suave,
Yeah.
and he brought an air of aristocracy and sophistication.
Who do you
So
think-
part of it is that line, because then when you see the Bram Stoker from '92 with Gary Oldman, his vampire is ridiculous. He's got like my grandmother's French twist going on. I mean, he looks like her when she would wake up in the morning after drinking vodka and knitting. I mean, it's terrible.
I mean, besides Jay, because he's going to say himself, who do you think is like the hottest vampire out there? Like transcending all TV, movies, books, if you have a vivid imagination.
I'm a weirdo, so I'm going to go with Bela Lugosi.
Okay. I have to
And
pull
then
up a picture.
pretty close to him is oh gosh, from Dracula's daughter. Her name is Gloria.
Esteban.
Gloria. I mean, she's gorgeous.
Gainer?
She actually. I don't have my phone with me.
I'll look it up. What's their name? I mean, what's the Dracula's daughter?
The movie's called Dracula's Daughter, and
Okay.
it was the sequel to Dracula in 1936.
Oh wow, yeah.
Holden.
Yes.
Gloria Holden. That's it. She's absolutely stunning.
I'm gonna look up who's the sexiest vampire.
To me, the
Who's the sexiest
sexiest vampire.
Who's the
Or like-
sexiest vampire?
Oh, you beat me to it. Not even sexiest. Like what? Like that.
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale.
That came up.
No, she did come up as
Oh.
she's the first woman. Brad Pitt is the first dude.
Yeah, and then Robert Patterson, which bums me out for all
Yeah,
humanity.
Edward Cullen. People like that dude.
But for myself, like Kermit.
Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, you've never seen Kermit the Vampire?
Oh yeah, when he bites Vincent Price.
Yeah.
Now, Vincent Price never played a vampire.
Really?
I feel like this guy
Really?
is.
No,
I
you know
couldn't-
why?
I didn't know
'Cause
his name, but I feel like he might be the hottest vampire.
Vincent Price is a real vampire. That's why he never
You know
played.
what? No, that's not
Oh,
true.
that guy.
Oh.
Is he a True Blood?
I don't know.
He's on.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, right there. True Blood also.
Yeah, let's
fucked
not all pretend this
vampires
dude's
up.
not attractive. Come on, like that's a good-looking dude,
No, but
Yeah.
True Blood's one like fucked vampires up in a big bad way.
and he's
Yeah.
one of those dudes where he's like ripped, like he's like he's an Olympic athlete or something. Where you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
all the
I can go
vampires.
with
There's
that.
never a fat vampire.
oh, Aaliyah.
Yeah,
Aaliyah from that
Aaliyah
movie.
was a vampire?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
Queen of the
Oh,
Damned.
Queen of the Damned.
Queen of the Damned.
Yeah.
She's
That's actually a
gorgeous.
good one.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was
She's
an
a-
amazing
yeah.
vampire.
that's a good one. I've
Yes.
seen that a million times as well.
I always forget that movie.
I don't like that movie. I think
Really?
it's awful. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
no,
it's
it's
a
a good
really
one.
terrible movie.
I didn't think it was bad.
Maybe, but she's quite beautiful. She's
Yeah.
quite sexy.
Stunning in that movie.
But
Oh, what
I
about
guess-
Laurent?
what's that?
What about Laurent?
Laurent?
Villainous vampires. Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
he's from Twilight. That's why you don't know who he is.
Okay.
I don't know the Twilight things.
Was Alyssa Milano in a vampire movie?
No, she was a witch.
Yeah, she
Oh.
was a witch.
Uncharmed.
I thought that was Vampire's Kiss with Alyssa Milano.
Oh, she was in that.
Burn, burn.
Who's the most horrifying?
Oh, what about
Ooh.
Angel?
Who's Angel?
Oh,
David
yeah.
Boreanaz?
Yeah,
oh, I
and
never
Buffy.
watched. I never watched Buffy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Angel was great.
Yeah.
Who's the most,
Joe
who's the most,
Joe
like,
Manganiello is a
freakiest?
pretty hot vampire.
What the hell is he
He
in?
was
I'm missing so many
True
vampires.
Blood.
No, he
Oh, I
was a
never watched-
werewolf, wasn't he?
Oh, dude, I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
was a
watch that
werewolf.
show.
Yeah, he was a werewolf.
What about
All
Eric
right.
Northman?
He's a stripper.
Eric Northman was in True Blood.
The guy that was in the other guy, Mentanglia.
Joe
Oh, no, what's the dude's
Manganiello.
name?
Yeah, he was in Magic Mike.
Hey, he plays D&D. Do you guys want to make some characters tonight?
Oh, this fucking guy.
Oh,
Get some
dude.
dice. Here we go.
No,
just-
only if we roll vampire
Fucking
characters.
D.
Who
We
is
could,
this?
we could.
Who's like the most horrifying one? Is that what you
Yeah,
asked?
horrifying.
Okay. Jay.
What's horrifying?
What's horrifying?
vampire?
Like to me, Salem's Lot. I can't
Yeah.
think of his fucking name.
Salem.
Who's the most
No.
horrifying?
And it was his
vampire?
lot.
No, sir.
Yes, his name was Salem.
No.
No. What
I
the
know. I just
No.
wanted to see if I know.
You almost had me, but I was like, I don't think so. I read that.
Who is Barlow? Barlow
Yeah,
was
that's
his assistant.
Barlow is
And
Oh, there's a great vampire movie. Is it
Bobby
Let the
Dearest?
Right One In?
oh,
Nope.
I was thinking about this when we were talking
Yeah,
about
the Salem's Lot
very
guy gets number 2.
sympathetic. That movie's a mess.
Yeah.
And the
Oh, what
novel
the-
even worse. I
Is
mean,
it
mess
less than-
in
is
a
it-
good
is-
way.
Right.
Is it Let the Right One In?
Yes.
It's a kid.
Oh yeah, that's a
Oh
creepy
Oh my
one.
god,
That's a
it's
good one.
so good.
Are
It's
kid
so
vampires
good.
creepier than adult
Yeah.
vampires?
Yes.
All
Okay.
kid versions of scary things are scarier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That movie is a mess. I mean, it's a great movie. It's shot well. It's acted well. But there are some things about the movie that's left out of the novel. And the novel is even darker.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
vampire ones are like that. The what was the Will Smith I Am Legend? That book is fucking fantastic. It's a short story, but it's
Hey,
really
that wasn't
good.
vampires.
That's not vampires.
Yeah. Straker, Corey. Straker owned Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actor who played that was Kurt Barlow, I think.
Yeah.
Kurt
And-
Barlow.
And
Nosferatu is scary. The Max
Yeah.
Schreck
yes. Oh my God.
What about the
Now I'm
strain?
going to be up all night.
or Gary Oldman in Dracula.
wasn't-
No.
I don't find him scary at all.
No.
No.
Christopher Lee.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
Christopher Lee,
Scary.
amazing.
Okay, how about the count,
Amazing.
the Count from Sesame Street? Is he spooky? Is he not
No.
spooky?
Come on.
He's gorgeous.
He's gorgeous. That's your sexiest vampire, is the Count?
Yeah.
Is it the
Yeah.
purple skin or the mathematic ability?
A little of both,
Okay.
a little of both. I wish, I don't have it with me, but the day that I met him at Sesame Place, everybody in Pennsylvania heard it.
Yeah.
I was the only one at the water park wearing a cape and a tuxedo with a tuxedo T-shirt. And when he came out, I was like, Carol at the Ice Capades when she screamed, "I love you, Mickey." I just screamed like, "Wah!"
And you were 35?
I was 40.
You were 40.
Hey, we all have our Muppets. Okay,
Yeah.
we all have our
Exactly.
Muppets.
Oscar,
Okay.
man.
You're an Oscar
Now-
guy.
Oh, totally.
Really? Is it because you
Oh, I
guys
love
both
him,
collect
too.
trash?
Probably.
Okay.
Now, Daniel, what when you were in school, I believe elementary school,
Oh no.
what were the shoes that you required?
So when I started kindergarten, first grade, whatever, I would only ask for black shiny shoes like Dracula. And I would wear them with shorts. I would wear them with jeans. That is what I tried to wear them at gym class. I did not own sneakers it was a couple of years. I need shoes like Dracula.
Like Dracula. Shiny black pointy shoes like Dracula.
Yeah, that
Oh,
went
that's
over well
amazing.
in Lakeville. Actually, having shoes in Lakeville was already a plus.
Yeah, they thought you were just rubbing it in.
There was also, if I remember correctly, there was a Halloween and you wanted to be Dracula. But what did you get to be? What? No, what was that?
I asked to be Dracula, and I got a Vinnie Barbarino costume. I was John frickin' Travolta instead of Dracula.
What's the story there? How did that happen?
You want to be Dracula? Here's Dracula.
Well, you remember the costumes with the hard plastic and,
Yeah.
and the rubber band,
The vinyl,
you
the
put
vinyl
that plastic
costume.
thing over you.
Yeah.
The ones where you couldn't see out of and then you got sent out onto the street
Yeah.
to work around.
The
Yeah,
huge fire
exactly. You
hazards.
couldn't breathe.
Yep.
And
Go ahead,
Just-
Ken.
All snotty and
disgusting. Well, when my parents had gotten to wherever they had gotten to buy Halloween costumes, I guess they were out of Dracula costumes. So they brought back, Lisa got to be a gypsy, which is not, a very nice costume, but it was the 70s. Christy got to be a witch, and I got to be Vinnie Barbarino.
Which is vampire-like.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could play it off.
It could have been worse. It could have been like,
whoa, I'm a vampire.
Yeah,
Whoa, I'm a vampire.
I like vampire
I'm
hair.
a vampire. I
Yeah,
don't
like he just needs some
understand.
teeth.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I'm
other
sorry.
than vampires, Daniel, what have you been working on lately? You been recording any new stuff?
Oh, I have. It's, there's the before times and there's the now times. So I did start doing something in the spring of, what was that year before COVID started?
1999. No,
actually
2019.
2020. I started in 2020.
2020.
Like March of 2020, I did a performance in Boston, started recording, and then everything went.
Yeah.
So I have these songs that were 7 of them or 8 of them were written before 7 of them were written and started to record before the whole COVID and the shutdown. So it's really interesting to look at some of them because maybe sort of some of the ideals, there's a rather optimistic song that I'm singing and it's like, gosh, this sounds so terrible and trite. I think I'll keep it. So that's what I've been doing as far as my own music. The album that I'm working on that I finished up recording vocals and the drum machine and it's just drum machine and synthesizer this time, no other instruments. I just wanted to do something like that again. The album is called El Salón, which is the Spanish word for like a classroom or a living room or a room where you paint. And then the subtitle is a happy home is a haunted home. And then each song title that is in English refers to something with a house. And the songs that are in non-English refer to something supernatural.
Awesome.
Nice.
So
When do you think that's going to come out?
I was hoping for October, but I haven't done this yet, which is make a date to mix the music.
Oh, yeah.
You started a video production company?
I did.
Tell me about
Wow,
that.
what's up with that?
I did. Well, it started last year when a friend of mine who's in a band the band called Kid Gulliver. And although I think maybe it was a video for one of her other songs for another band called Sugar Snow, but my friend Simone had asked me to make a video for her. And so we worked on a video together, and then she did another video with a bunch of musicians around New England, like everybody was from another state, and this is when the whole COVID started. So I made a video for them, and and they would send me the footage of themselves, and I put it together and added effects and whatever have you. And then from there, it just started into making more videos for her band, Kid Gulliver. And then I started making videos for a recently started record label out of Boston. The record head, who is Justine Kovault, she started this label called Red on Red Records, and she has a couple of acts from around New England, including her own, and I started doing like their every couple months they would have a showcase. So I would put together the show for them, and right now I think I've put together about 13 or 14 videos. I have 4 in my thing right now that I'm working on.
Oh,
so
nice.
that's just how it started.
I say, is it just you?
What's that?
It's just you?
It's just me. There are things that I say I can't do or won't do, or and I'm just learning to do some of those things because I always did my own videos, and I would do it with like archive and footage from whatever I found, and I filmed some myself. We actually did a film shoot last weekend, and it was for a band called A Bunch of Jerks, and that's the first time I ever got together with a band to film them. But depending on how things are going to go coming soon with all of the COVID, I might just revert back to send me your film and let me see what I can do for it. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Earlier we were talking about vampires. You ever have any ghost experiences or anything?
Oh, well, here we go with the redheaded stranger of Route 44. Do you know about this, the cause?
Oh, I do.
You do?
The redheaded stranger of Route 44 resides in Rehoboth, Massachusetts, along Route 44 between Taunton and Providence, Rhode Island. It is said that on a clear night with no other cars around, you could be driving and there would be a redheaded man hitchhiking. And if you pulled over to pick him up, he would get in. And then, you'd let him out or the car would crash?
I think he disappeared, didn't he?
I think he disappeared.
He would disappear. He would do things like
in
be
the
in the middle of the street and people would run him over. Or he'd show up on the radio. But I have a personal experience if you want to hear about it.
Really? Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
So one of my dearest friends, who I will call for the sake of, what is it called? Keeping people's identities.
Yeah.
Anonymity?
Anonymity, exactly.
There you go with your big words again, Corey.
Anonymity.
Yeah, I love it.
Anonymity.
Damn. So
Showing off for the professor.
we will call her Ophelia. And she and I, this was back in the mid-90s. This is pre me meeting any of you. She and I would, there wasn't a whole heck of a lot to do in southeastern Massachusetts if certain things didn't interest you. Like she didn't drink. I didn't really drink then. We didn't go hang out at clubs. And so we would do things like drive around singing our favorite songs. So I bought a nice karaoke machine from Walmart, and we drove around singing, I think it was Eurythmic songs, of course. And we'd serenade people at red lights and things like that. And the windows would be open. And so we thought, we'd go looking for ghosts. So we'd go to the Hornbein Acres and just, sit there until then we'd see somebody coming and we'd get scared because we were also afraid to be arrested.
Right.
So we were driving one night on Route 44 to look for the redheaded stranger, and we're singing along, whatever, missionary man, and all of a sudden, on the side of the car. So of course, we screamed. We're screaming into these microphones. It's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and the windows are wide open. And she's screaming, because she's, thinking of us both. It's on my side. It's on my side. So I stopped the car. I'm pretty sure that I had wet myself. And we're both looking at each other, in the stupid echo. I think our voices were still echoing in the ether. And we looked at each other and So after, the blood came back, because I was never so scared in my whole life. It was really scary.
It sounds terrifying.
So we started to drive, and again, and then we're like, ugh. I said, the fear wasn't as strong. So I pulled over, and I said, I'm going to have to look. And it turns out that fate or Goodyear tires punished us because the rubber on my tire, the threads started coming out, and it was slapping on the side of the car. And so that was the ghost. And then I had to pull over in the bank parking lot and change the tire the whole time looking around like a fool. I wasn't afraid that a Nissan Sentra might fall on me. I was more afraid of a ghost.
Yeah.
What will the titles of all of your autobiographies be? Because I'll tell you mine after, too.
Oh, Jesus.
God, an autobiography.
Nice.
That's the one I can think of. Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I say cunt a lot. That would be the name of mine.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think mine would probably be This Job Sucks.
Mine would be... Don't you laugh at me at the cost. Mine would be... Would you like to try some Invisible Men's lipstick?
So I assume, is there some story to that?
Oh, there is. It's rather tragic. When I was in the 4th grade, I tried so hard to fit in with the other boys. And a couple of these boys came up to me. They were going to play baseball, and they always played baseball, and I wanted to be cool, and they came up to me and said, do you want to join our club? And I was like, oh. And they said, we're all putting on this Invisible Men's lipstick. So they handed it to me, and I took it and put it on, and then they were all laughing because I was on the playground with bright pink lipstick. So it's funny and tragic.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that story. I want to laugh.
No, please laugh.
Okay.
You can laugh now.
Corey Cause hasn't stopped laughing.
Oh my God! It's.
The thing was, I didn't know whether to be the pitcher or the catcher after that. I was so confused.
Well, I don't know how the hell we got here.
I don't really know.
We never know.
It took a
So
hard right
Daniel,
turn.
Never know.
If people wanted to reach out to you or see you or get in contact with you, where could they go?
We can show that information down here.
Yeah, I'm thinking like in person, or
in person. Do you want people to stalk you?
What's your address?
You can go to your website,
my
DanielOuellette.net.
website, which is the 3 W's.DanielOuellette.net. So it rhymes, Ouellette and net.
Yes.
Not .com. If you go to DanielOuellette.com, you will get a Canadian clown. A person who comes to your house and does clown things.
Oh my God!
Gonna look
think
at that
we might
real
know
quick.
who our
On the
next
show.
guest is.
Yes.
Yep.
And then there was Daniel Ouellette, something or other, who was a big bear of a man who lived with another man, and he knitted sweaters out in Saskatchewan. I really feel like I need to have a Daniel Ouellette sort of, invite all of us into one place sometime when COVID is more under control. Because when I was teaching at UMass Dartmouth, one semester, my student's name was Daniel Ouellette.
Wow.
And he was interesting because he was half French Canadian and half Italian, which was kind of close to I'm half French Canadian and half Portuguese. So, there was the Latin half, and there was the more Southern European, and then there was sort of that mid whatever, because French is also Latin, or Romance, if you will.
Ooh la
But
la.
it was very interesting to meet him, because it was just funny to have him as a student. On the last day of school, we took a picture together. But that's where you can find me, or you can write to me at danielouellette@gmail.com.
Yeah, you
Sometimes
don't do any
you can find me
Instagram.
riding my bicycle without the cape in it.
Well,
Yeah.
we appreciate you being here with us tonight, Daniel, or today, or wherever you're watching this from. It was great. Hopefully we'll have you back again. Maybe we'll play some games or something next time. I don't know. In any case, thank you for being here. You're lovely. Wonderful
Thank
to
you.
talk to you.
I love you, my friend.
You too.
I love you so much.
You too. See.
I don't know
All
if
right, man.
my fingers but they don't meet. I'm sorry. It's
Yeah.
really, it's bad.
All
There
right.
we go.
Oh,
Bye from space.
Bye from space.
Bye from space.
I'm not in
Bye
space.
from
Bye.
space.
High from Space is produced by the Milky Way Public Radio Broadcast System and beamed directly into the nanobytes that have infested your brain. This week's sponsors were the Schwarzenmeyer House for Small Pinkied Individuals. We're here to help. We pinky swear. And
Stog.
when you want to look your best,
Stog.